The term black on black crime is often used in media and politics, but it's misleading. It suggests that crime among black people is somehow unusual or uniquely problematic. In reality, most crimes in the US are intraracial, meaning people commit crimes against others of the same race, because people tend to live, work, and socialize around people like themselves. Crime is driven by proximity. People are more likely to commit crimes against those nearby. White offenders overwhelmingly commit crimes against white victims. Black offenders overwhelmingly commit crimes against black victims. For example, around 80 to 85% of white homicide victims are killed by white offenders. Around 85 to 90% of black homicide victims are killed by black offenders. Similar percentages appear in other racial groups. So when people talk about black on black crime, without mentioning white on white crime or Latino on Latino crime, it distorts the reality. Political weaponization. The phrase has been used to deflect from conversations about systemic racism or policing, implying that the real problem is black communities themselves. Media framing. For decades, crime reporting has disproportionately highlighted crime in black neighborhoods, reinforcing stereotypes. Misdirection. Focusing on black crime shifts attention away from broader issues like poverty, segregation, gun access, and lack of resources that drive crime everywhere. Crime patterns follow socioeconomic conditions, not race. Poverty, segregation, underfunded schools, unemployment, and lack of social support systems all correlate strongly with higher crime rates in any racial group. If you zoom out, high crime white communities exist under the same economic pressures, but they aren't labeled as white on white crime. So, black on black crime isn't a meaningful statistical category. It's just intraracial crime, which exists across all races because of proximity. The persistence of the phrase is more about politics, history, and stereotypes than about actual crime data. Here's a clear visual showing that homicide is mostly intraracial. People are usually killed by someone of the same race. I used the commonly cited FBI expanded homicide data table 6 figures, single victim, each single offender. Here are the comparative statistics. Rape arrests, FBI UCR BJS, about 63% white, 27% black, and 10% other. White-collar arrests, fraud, forgery, embezzlement, etc. About 68% white, 26% black, and 6% other. The charts above illustrate how white-collar crimes are disproportionately committed by white offenders, while rape shows a different distribution, but still majority white. Join me next time as we look into the claim, black people make up 13% of the US population, but commit 52% of all murders and 90% of all violent interracial crime.